Hi everyone, this is your Filipina page, and yeah, nice to see you again and do some chit chats. Now, first of all, I'm no psychologist, I'm no relationship coach or an expert at all on this, but these are just my point of view, my opinions, and at the same time, these are based from first-hand experience, and also I have witnessed some of these aspects in my surroundings, also from friends and family members. Now, there are a lot of rules when it comes to relationships, and it really depends upon the couple, but what I'm going to say is the usual and common denominator that causes relationships to fail. And also, these are also like a manifestation of how it is when you see a relationship that has red flags. Now, first of all, narcissism. It's a broad topic, and I'll just give you three major symptoms, can I say, or signs that you will know that there is something like a narcissistic behavior in a person. So first of all, when a person or if your partner is narcissistic, he or she always puts his or her needs first. Always me. So there is greed and selfishness, and most of the times the person is only thinking about himself or herself, what he or she can gain from it, and not what she or he can give or reciprocate. He usually or she usually doesn't really think about this. Like, I don't know if I can say that he or she is unaware of this, that this is the right thing to do, that he or she needs to reciprocate. And then afterwards, even if the fault is on him or her, the person is not going to take accountability and always blame others. Even if it is as clear as fine table water or spring water, no, the person will be blaming others for mostly all things around her or him, or things that are happening. There is an inability to empathize. I don't know, maybe you can say stone cold kind of feeling, or stone heart, doesn't feel anything. Yeah. Number two is avoidance of conflicts. This person, if you have seen this kind of person in your relationship, if your partner is like doesn't want to solve, instead he or she is avoiding it or diverting his or her attention to other things rather than focusing on the issue or the problem and the solution. Since the person cannot handle stress, there is like going just round and round and round, because the issue isn't really solved at all. So yes, conflict is normal, but the way you handle the conflict is different. So if the person cannot handle the conflict and the stress, and they want to avoid it rather than solve it, the worst thing is like they divert their attention to other unhealthy ways. Like if you both couples have problems, he or she will go to another woman or another man to forget, or let's say probably to find comfort or to feel good, or yeah, maybe to find another affair, side affair. So that's very bad. Next thing is over dependency. Now, it's good that you depend on your partner, especially when you're a woman. You always usually depend on your man in, in decision making, home building, family foundation of the family, structuring your family. That's good. But when it's over dependency, like it's like the opposite of conflict avoidance. So in this case, there is like always a constant need of reassurance from your partner and seeking attention, even if it's really like petty things or it's like illogical, unreasonable, irrational. You would always get the attention of your partner. If this is the case again, it seems that you cannot function on your own. So let me give you a specific example. Like, let's just say that your partner came home, and he has some friends with him to visit, to have let's say a bonding moment in the house or a karaoke time, and you actually got annoyed of that, which is not proper because you are still individuals and you have your set of friends. But then, okay, let's focus on that example. And then you tried to go back and forth in front of them while they were sitting and chatting or watching a football game, and you try to call him like, I'm sick, I don't feel well, but actually you're not sick. Then you try to call, can you lower down your voice please, like this, or try to call him and talk to him, like tell them to lower down your voices and blah blah blah. This is not healthy at all, and this is like attention seeker kind of person, or yeah, getting reassurance that and jealousy that you are afraid that it seems to you that you are forgotten in just that period of time. Imagine, and you're still there in the house, you know what I mean? And that's crazy. That's exhausting, really, and draining. Now, it doesn't only happen to like partners. Like if you have a close friend or a brother or sister, sometimes it's also like this. They just seek attention, and it's not really good. There is one example of like friends. I know a person who they said they are close friends, male and female, and the guy was with his girlfriend that time from work because they had like a date outside. So then this female friend called him like, can you buy me milk, like that? And it was her day off. Imagine that day. Why she has to wait for him to go out at 11 o'clock in the evening, that usually the stores are closed, to buy her milk because they're your flatmates, like that. She knew that the guy, her friend, was with the girlfriend. Thoughts, anyone? Am I wrong on that if I will say to my friend that that's really like, oh, jealousy? Not jealous, I don't know what kind of, there's jealousy, there is over controlling, there is no boundaries at all because you're just a friend, and then there's also like manipulative, narcissistic kind of behavior in that, and yeah, over dependency. What the heck? I mean, sorry for the word. I mean, it's crazy. If you think are you a kid? You need a stroller or a walker that you have to wait for 11 o'clock in the evening and tell him to buy you milk. And you know that they have a date. Comment down below. What do you think? So anyways, yeah. And then we have, lack of clear boundaries. I mentioned earlier, it is important that for you couples, you respect each other's personal time and space. Again, we are individuals. We have different sets of friends still, and we have also like different interests or hobbies that you want to do. And you also sometimes need your me time to self-reflect, to, you know, just do your own thing. There's always something in us that needs our alone time, and you have to respect that. It doesn't mean that your partners or your couples or your wife and husband, you have to dictate all the things, and you will always like a glue. You know, you're glued together all the time. Maybe you need to put a belt and put him in your belt, tie him in your waist wherever you go. Oh my gosh. Next thing is, yeah, over jealousy and possessiveness. Well, sometimes jealousy is a bit good in a sense that, you know, that's a sign of love. But if it's extreme or too much or untimely, not in the proper venue and forum, psh, red flag. No. Usually, you get jealous only if you really have clear evidence on that. And you have to have your receipts on that before you asked the person, or you ask your partner on that. You know, it's the same in the Philippines when there is like the woman or the man is suspecting that the wife or the husband or the partner is having an affair with other man or another woman. They need to have clear, concrete evidence before they file something in court, so that the case will be admitted to the court and would have probable cause. So there you need to have, like, it's a text message, yes, but it's not really heavy evidence. The heaviest evidence on adultery, concubinage, or extramarital affairs, illicit affairs like that, is when you really caught them in the act, or in one room there together, or you see them, you took a picture, you took a video outside that they're really kissing, or, you know, doing something intimate. Yes, and then you have other evidences like text messages, or, you know, so you'll have your place in the Philippines if you do like that. All right, so over jealousy and possessiveness is really, in extremes, is really a red flag, because the partner will always get suspicious even if you don't do anything, and they will always accuse you that you did this and that, even without concrete evidence, or just, you know, making up stories that you did something wrong. Yeah. Or sometimes being extremely possessive, that your partner cannot even go out alone, or you cannot be with friends on their own. You have to always be tagged along with him or her. No, that's a red flag. So yeah, and then the last one is overly controlling and manipulative. This one is like a narcissistic behavior too, part of it. So it's like he or she wants to know where you go, wherever you are, every second, every minute, every hour, what you're doing, and like making you guilty of the things that you are enjoying. Like, for example, you are outside and you are with friends, like in the beach, because he is at work or she is at work, or, you know, she has other commitments or he has other commitments, and then you call and call again. Why are you not answering the phone? What are you doing? Maybe you have a girl there or a man there with you beside you. That one is very manipulative. So even if you're not doing it, they make you feel guilty. They will tell you, like, you see, that's why you don't invite me to go with you. You don't want me to go with you, and blah, blah, blah. Even if it's not really the reason, or it's nothing to do with the circumstance or the situation. Oh my God. And then overly controlling and manipulative, if a person or your partner or your friend, or, you know, decides for you, and you're also stupid to just follow and follow. Like, don't do that, don't do this, don't go with your friend, she's not good for you, he's not good for you. So who is good for you? Her or him? He decides or she decides for you, for your happiness. Red flag. not just in a relationship between couples, but relationship between friends, or you know, family members, or what, that if they decide for you, it's controlling. So it's a different thing when your man decides for you. That's a different thing, because usually when the man is the leader of the house, he of course has the last say, and he decides for the whole family and for you. Like, oh no, you can't go to that party because it's too late and you have work tomorrow, or the kids will go do like this, blah, blah, blah. And you know that it's good for you and for the family and for the kids. So it's, that one is okay. It's not controlling you. It's protecting you. You will understand if it's like nonsense controlling and manipulating than protecting you. So overly controlling is like that. They decide for you like that. So don't get me wrong on that, okay? Don't get me wrong on that, because that's a different situation. And of course, we understand when it is over and extreme control, and if it's manipulating you, and if it's abusing and exploiting you or disrespecting you. Now, if a man is deciding for you, for the good of your family, especially, that's a different story. That's a different thing. And that's good. That's beneficial to everyone. Remember, you have to be submissive. But if you know that, of course, reasonable, if you know that he will decide to, okay, jump from the cliff. Will you do that? Of course not. So he cannot decide like that. It's, you know what I mean. All right, so a relationship will always have conflicts. Okay, no couples are perfect, no relationships are perfect, but a relationship with so many red flags like these things that I have mentioned, and then are left unresolved, it is like a house full of termites that eventually it is just, you know, good in the outside, but eventually it will fall apart. Thank you everyone for listening and for being there. Shout out to my friends, Vibing with Ron, Rada. I bow down to my husband, her new channel, Shelly, also Dove Solela, also Clarence Dunn, Patriarch Turner, Dwayne Frierson. How are you? You're back. Thanks that you're okay. Yeah, and my new subscribers. I always say that I will shout you out, but that time it's going to be. But anyways, yeah, okay, see you next time. Thank you for being with me always, and I'm really happy that you're with me. My TikTok and my YouTube is my stress reliever, and yeah, diverting my attention from, you know, like this de-stressing myself. Thank you guys. See you. Keep safe and stay smiling. Stay positive.